Buenos dias. This is your roving reporter, Joe, Jose if you must, Distler. I'm in the small, sleepy town of Pamplona, Spain. For years, this town was known for its bull running and bull runners. But all of that has changed now. This town has finally gotten a new attraction. That's why we're here on the streets. And that's what we've come to report today. Boxing has come to Pamplona. In the streets, everyone seems to be practicing this new art form. We'll just take a little walk down the street of Pamplona and see if we can find some of these new great athletes. Come, stroll along with me. The quiet, sleepy town of Pamplona, Spain. Ven aquí. Obviously, we have found two gladiators here in Pamplona. Let me walk into the middle of them to see what they have to say about boxing. This gentleman looks like a real fit specimen. Obviously, one of the people who can fight, either Tom Gowan or Fighting Jim Kernahan. This looks like the next opponent for the mighty Kernahan or the mighty Gowan. The excitement is just too much to bear. Hombre, ¿cómo se llama? Geronimo. Geronimo! An Apache. Is esta from boxeo? Oh! He's been hit and wounded by the boxing game. Now, another gentleman who looks just to me a bit too slow and too big for Tom Gowan. That doesn't count out, folks. Let's see what he has to say. Where are you from, lad?
Finlandia.
I think he's speaking Spanish. I'll translate. From where?
New Zealand.
He's a New Zealander. Big. They build them big there. That's what Tom likes, folks. He likes them big. What do you think about Tom Gowan as a lightweight contender?
Have you got a good lawyer?
Ah, a good answer. And what about Jim Kernahan, the killer as they call him?
Couldn't kill a fly.
Couldn't kill a fly, folks. This sounds like a challenge to me. Well, thank you, gentlemen. See you. Go on with your work. Keep going. Now, we have one of the only eyewitness reports of the most fantastic boxing scene to be seen at Barchoco in over a century. The very event that has changed the nature of Pamplona from a sleepy, small bull runner's town to the boxing capital of Navarra. We have a gentleman here whose face should look familiar to you all. A poet, bull runner, and raconteur. Don't let the white hat he's wearing fool you. He will give you his own personal view of the most historic battle in the history of this town. I now turn to a gentleman you all should recognize, Mr. Matthew James Carney. Okay?
It was epical. It was awesome and epical. For an assembled company of distinguished continental ladies and gentlemen, the continental sides of Jimmy Kernahan had been behaving in a ruffian-like fashion, not his usual nature, by the way, and stung at last into a fury, lashed into a fury, in fact, by the bullying and ragging of the Australian ruffian, young Tom Gowan, with arms like slender reeds that grow along the banks of the Bayonne River in New Jersey, came forward, and he put out the left hand, and he put out the right hand, and he threw another left, and another right, missing him all the time. Those slender reed-like arms lashing out like whip snakes, missed about 8 punches until at last one of them connected. And that was what was awesome, because the continental swollen contoured sides of Jimmy Kernahan, like all of New South Wales, a third of the continent, went crashing down. And he rolled. His glasses had flown off. Blindly, the giant staggered about him. fast about him, and he rolled on this side, and then lashed about and rolled on this side, and couldn't get up, and he slipped out from under himself, and down he came flat on his back again. It was, as I said, only epical to see a continent itself wallowing in the ether of muck of the Casino Eslava floor. By then, someone had taken young, slender Gowan and put him off, took him away. And the great giant like Kernahan struggled to his feet, found his glasses and looked about him, and took off the glasses again and said, "Levy at him." But by then, peace had been restored, and as far as I know, as far as we know, though muck-laden, though in disgrace, Jimmy Kernahan, chastened, but not chastened, but still defiant, gave up and apologized to slender, gentlemanly, kindly, new, I hope, lightweight contender of the Pamplona Championship.
Matthew.
It was epical.
And your description of it can only leave us breathless. The problem it brings up for me, Matthew, is I'm beginning to think that maybe this town shouldn't be a boxing town. Perhaps we should go back to the days of love, wine, and bulls. What do you think, Matt?
I don't know. Personally, I prefer the boxing, especially when you see those swing lead like lefts and rights and lefts and rights.
Well, folks, there it is. We have a difference of opinion, but the great Matthew James Carney thinks that boxing is indeed here to stay. Your reporter likes to remain neutral on these subjects. I only come and do my job. And Matt, when I have men like you to help me, it makes it so much easier. Thank you, lad, and enjoy the fiesta. This is Joseph Distler, your roving reporter in Pamplona, Spain, saying, Viva San Fermin! Gora San Fermin! Adios.
Years of fighting fury, as he would have put it, creating his own legend. We all loved him for the way he threw himself into everything he did, with everything he had. It made him the greatest non-Basque runner Pamplona has ever seen. He ran with beauty, valor, style, and elegance. He was Irish and he was American, a Marine officer wounded on Iwo Jima, a fine short story writer, a philosopher, a poet, and a lover. But the Encierro was at the center of his legend. He always ran with everything he had, with that Irish machismo which dares anything. And when it came to singing, which he loved, he gave that everything too, with enthusiasm, if not voice, from Pagliacci to Irish ballads to Hodas and more.